The first Last Jedi trailer analysis and predictions. First, we see Rey after falling to the ground out of breath. I feel it is most likely after having a Force vision, probably, of what occurred previously to her. Of course, it could always just be that she's out of breath after a hard day of training. We don't know how hard Luke pushes his Padawans. Also, some people have theorized this takes place right after The Force Awakens, but I do not think so, as there's a rock cliff behind her, and she's upon a rock, which is different than The Force Awakens. As we see at the end of The Force Awakens, she is standing on grass, and there is no cliff by her. More likely it happens in a place like this that we see in the trailer, by the sea, with the rocky shores. Also, we see her resting on a similar rocky surface while using the Force to levitate stones. And later on, we see her standing on the side of a cliff, practicing with a blue lightsaber, most likely the Skywalker's saber. We also then see a scene with books on a bookcase, maybe the old teachings of the Jedi. The bookcase also seems to be made out of tree branches or the overturned trunk of a tree. We also see a old text with the old Jedi symbol on it. Maybe these are the original teachings of the Jedi that Luke was seeking. And maybe this was said line on why Luke says the Jedi must end. Also, side note, we can see branches or roots of a tree to the left in that scene where he says that. And maybe it's these teachings that led to Kylo falling away from the Jedi and desiring their destruction, as maybe finding out that the Jedi have fallen away from the ways they once lived led him to believe that they deserved to be destroyed entirely, as Luke instead just wanted to change them to what they once were and fulfill them. And from all this training and events on Arch 2 we see, I think that much of the film will occur on Arch 2, with Rey's training be a central focus. Now, to the Resistance, we can see General Organa standing in front of a star map on a starship. Apparently the Resistance has decided to move their base to a more mobile platform. We also see Poe and BB-8 running through a starship, maybe that same one, as they run quickly towards a hangar, in which hangar we see Poe's starship get blown up and him blown back. But he'll be okay, he's a main character. He's gotta survive, right? Also we see Captain Phasma and stormtroopers marching through a hangar, as we can tell by the lights up in the corner. This may be occurring at that battle we see near the end of the trailer, where there's new starships that we have not seen previously. They look quite different. Also we see in the trailer a battle, or what I assume to be a battle, happening between these rickety speeder craft that can barely hover or fly, bouncing off the ground, knocking up all that red soil, traveling towards what appears to be advanced AT-AT walkers of the First Order. This will be interesting to see what happens. Hopefully, it's not just a rehash of The Empire Strikes Back, but I do not think it will be so. We also see the Millennium Falcon taking on TIE Fighters. This must be happening over Arch 2, as we know that's where the Millennium Falcon is. We also see in the trailer Rey running with fury in her eyes and face with the lightsaber lit. Maybe this is towards Kylo, as we can see in the trailer Kylo with his lightsaber lit, pointing it towards someone. But I think these scenes might be separate, as the lighting is different. But we do see Kylo's mask destroyed, maybe showing that he no longer wants to hide behind a mask and instead wants to be known for himself. And as a side note, Finn is still alive, though he's definitely in stasis, and we can see words on the side of his pod changing, maybe staying in this condition. But this is just from my analysis. What do you think?